Yeah. Hello, everybody. Good evening to Mitch, and good evening from myself. We're back for our second installment of the Maria and Mitch Show for Five
Yes.
Team Universe, Season 5. Lots of excitement so far this year. Mitch, how are you doing?
Good. Yeah. Um, I missed the first week, which is fine. But then, I've been sitting on the Cargill stream for basically every other one, and oh man, has it heated up, especially later into the season here. So there's lots to talk about.
Yeah, for sure. So, with that in mind, we'll start by taking a little gander at our standings so far this season. Mitch, do you want to kick things off with the Cargill side?
Sure thing. Yeah. So obviously the Avalanche over there, 31-17. Um, they are halfway done their season, which is huge for them. If I recall correctly, they don't play for a while though.
Yeah.
But sitting at a really good win percentage, which is kind of expected. They were top performers last year, and I'm not surprised, right? The Lumberjacks, though, having the best start of ever for them. I know I've already been given flack for jinxing them effectively for the rest of the season, just by commenting on how well they've come out of the gate here. Usually it's a little bit slower and they pick it up later, but 20-4, that they gotta be feeling real good.
Yeah, especially being like at that point 0.8 win percentage. Like, that's got to feel good with 3 games under your belt already, right?
Yeah. Maniacs 20-12 doing great. Usually they're fighting for a spot in the playoffs, and they're already up there at that 0.625 with 4 games in. Bombers having a bit of a rough start, but their most recent games have definitely shown signs of life, right? So
Hmm.
bringing it back a bit, 19-29, not out of it, halfway done their season though. Probably this is kind of what I was alluding to earlier with the second half of the season being, or the most recent ones. Mayhem playing recently and going 15-1, and one of those games was an 8-0 against the Avalanche.
Hmm.
So they came out swinging, and they play again this weekend. So we'll see how if they can keep it going. Um,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, it's definitely interesting to like look at some of the teams that have like a front heavy schedule versus like a back heavy schedule. And
Hmm.
then even the teams that they're playing and when and how that's going to determine how the standings shake out at the end of the day, right? We have 3 teams across both divisions that haven't even played a match yet.
Yeah, I
So,
mean, we do. Our my side has the trash. Cargill has the Trash Pandas playing next weekend, so we will
yeah.
officially have everyone with a game finally. But yeah, like even still, there's some teams, as you can see, the Snowmen, who also play this upcoming weekend, but the Misfits, who only have one game, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And to be honest, if we're gonna talk about everybody else, they've barely got any games under their belt. So no matter what their scores look like, they've barely started. So
Yeah, I was going to say 1 game is not an indication of how your season is
no.
going to go. That's for sure. And I don't remember what weekend it was that the Misfits played. I know the average pros played over the Masters weekend, and that they obviously would have been missing some people then.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, for example,
Misfits,
Rylan wasn't playing. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So definitely,
Um, the Misfits was definitely there. I think they had basically everyone.
okay,
I'm trying to remember. I can go look up who they played. I'll come back with it.
okay. Well, in the meantime, I'm going to chat a little bit about the Schwartz division. Obviously, no surprise having Next Gen at the top of the division with
Hmm.
26 points for only giving up 6 points in their first 4 matches that they've played. Second to them, though, are reigning champions, the Dakota Dynamite, with 14 points for and 2 points against. Again, having some huge, huge scores being posted in their first 2 games. But again, a couple matches behind Next Gen, so it'll be interesting to see how that shakes out over the weeks to come, and especially when those 2 teams go head to head later on in the season. Then we have the Crushers, Revengers, Kingpins, and Carnage all more or less the same score-wise. Kingpins and Crushers having that 2-game advantage over the Revengers and Carnage, so they still have 2 additional matches to play to hopefully make up some ground or put a little bit more space between themselves and some of the other teams who have played a few more matches. And then going down, I think maybe a little bit surprising for some folks, although they have only played 2 matches. And as we were saying with regards to the Misfits, that isn't necessarily indicative of how the season's going to go. We see the Rock and Rollers sitting just over 50% with 9 points for and 7 points against. Again, I know Shane was chatting about this in his pregame interviews a couple weeks ago, was that this is the latest the Rock and Rollers have essentially ever started. And that at this point last year, I think they only had 2 matches still to play.
Wow, so front heavy.
Yeah, it's super front heavy for them this year, and it'll be interesting to see how having more of a distributed schedule will impact their performance over the course of the next however many months to come with the season. And then obviously the Pinslayers and the Venom, we haven't seen them playing yet. So that'll be really exciting. I know there's been some lineup changes on both of those teams with some new players joining. So I'm really excited to see them come out and swinging. Mitch, do you have Misfits update? Misfits
I did. Unfortunately, that we can see they were 8-0'd, but it was by Avalanche. So, I mean, if you're looking at the strength of schedule, they got that one out of the way. So,
because that's one way to think about it. I'm not sure that Barry is of the same mindset, but out of the way.
Look, it happened, right? It is what it is. So we just need to move on and actually looking at your side again, because we both watch each other's divisions as well. I can't wait for the Venom to play. Rhonda, shout out!
I'm so excited.
Yeah. So very excited to see them eventually get some games on.
Yeah, especially knowing how strong they finished the last season, winning those points they needed to get into the playoffs, and then making such a deep run in the playoffs themselves, and just seeing the pinfall was crazy, and seeing how excited and animated the team was, how they all rallied together. I'm really excited to see if they carry that energy into this new season. And can't wait to see them playing. Anything else that has been exciting in the past month or so that you want to chat about, Mitch? I have a few things that I want to mention.
Oh,
I don't know about yourself.
Personally, not really. I mean, my daughter turned 3 months yesterday, so that's fun.
That's exciting. So
I
cute.
know, right? Yeah. Apparently, but my wife and her watched the stream on Sunday morning, and so I'm sure she usually sleeps through it. And but nothing really crazy going on. I guess everybody's probably looking forward to Christmas coming up, and I think we have a really fun schedule leading up to that as far as the 5PL is concerned. But now my life's pretty boring. It's basically diapers, feeding, and sleeping. So,
well, that's
Christmas.
Could be worse.
Yeah.
Could be worse. I don't want to say could be better because
it's pretty damn good.
Complain about that. Yeah, I was gonna say you can't really complain about that, which is good. So yeah, I guess moving into some of the recap of the past month that we've had since you saw Mitch and myself with our first episode, we had a new record score set for Pro League with their second match of the season. The Dakota Dynamite are reigning champions through a 16-64. Absolutely insane. Tyler and I were on the stream, and I know we didn't necessarily realize what was happening until I think it was the 8th frame, when it was oh my God, the total is 1,300 already. What's going on? This is crazy. So just for those who may not have watched the match, I do recommend going back and watching it because it's crazy, and just seeing how dialed in absolutely everybody on that team was. So we had Max Gibson leading things off, finishing out with a 343. Then we had Randy Morissette, 321, Jana Van Wellingham, 378, Aaron Alblast, 338, and then their anchor bowler, Mr. Scott Barber, with a 284. I'm sure it feels great, but also kind of crappy when you're the low score on the team with
the 284.
You're damn, I didn't get the 3, because he did have a chance to get a 3, but he got roasted on his corner on the first ball. So huge shout out to them for that record score. Absolutely insane bowling. And I mean, their opponents definitely put up a good fight, but I mean, when you get a 1600 thrown at you, there's not much you can do, right?
That happens, what, a couple times a year, maybe?
Yeah,
Next gen usually gets
I
one or
don't think we
two.
had did we have a 16 last year? I know we had 15s.
Yeah, I know next gen had.
16.
And next gen, I think, was the previous
Record holder at like
record holder.
1630,
Yep.
I believe. Yeah.
Hmm.
But I don't know if it was last year. I think it was 2 years ago.
I think so too. I think I remember commentating
Insane
that
bowling.
game. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely insane bowling. So huge kudos to them, and really excited to see what the rest of the season holds with their team, especially having Taryn joining the team and then Andrea going back to being a player as well. Really, really exciting. Obviously, across the Schwartz division overall, we saw lots of big 300s thrown. Huge shout out to Shane Barry, who joined Pinsanity, and I believe his first game with the team, he threw like a 360 or a 370, which was great. You know,
Yep.
won a point. Not going to complain about that. But huge kudos to him in his first 5PL game. And again, obviously, lots of other 300 games. Excited to see, you know, if we see any 400s this year. I'm very hopeful because it's always fun to watch and commentate on.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen any on our side. We've definitely had some real close ones, some high threes.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking at one here as a 3. It's probably a 0. It's just a weird scoreboard, but kind of looked like an 8.
Yeah.
You know, you had what 378 on your side there from
for
Dakota.
Jana, yeah.
So yes, I got a 370 from Mark on the Avalanche. 356 for Brandon on Average Pros. Yeah, so definitely some good 368 for.
Now was that
Steven?
350 game for Brandon? Was that when he fell?
I do believe so.
No. It was. He threw a 2-pin and then like what spared it and.
Oh wait, no, never mind. No, that was definitely that was the game before where he. Yeah, okay. I'm looking at it right now. I got a screenshot of it.
Game, not in a bad way, but just because like that's kind of iconic and incredible.
356 and he punched in 10.
Yeah, that's just incredible.
So
great bowling, that's for sure.
Yeah. He won that match. Couldn't say that last year.
I would hope so. I would say last year that was not the case whatsoever.
Yeah, like last year that was not always the case.
And he'd lose. Yeah. No, it's good to see him winning points with a 350 this year.
Yeah.
Cannot complain about that. I guess the only other thing is people don't know that I messaged Mitch and I'm like, hey Mitch, has there been a 2-pin thrown in your division yet? We can give a shout out to Mark Miller, who has thrown a 2-pin on the Schwartz division. That's the first one of the year. So just watch out, people. We are looking for them. Hopefully,
I've just started messaging you now when they happen.
So. Immediately, and you like time yeah. I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna go click it right now. But,
yeah. I mean, he did throw that too, but he
but that's a different circumstance.
Yeah.
And he had done it like a few days ago at Bonnie Doon as well, like where he fell. So. Yeah, not great. But thinking ahead to what's to come, let's take a look at our matches for this coming weekend. And then if we want to chat about some more matches that are upcoming, we can do that as well. So on the Schwartz side of things, we have sort of an Alberta-Newfoundland battle with Next Gen and the Kingpins taking on the Storm Strikers and the Rock and Rollers. So very much so a cross-Canada battle. Both teams will be taking on, or both of our Alberta teams will be taking on both of our Newfoundland teams, which is going to be very exciting to sort of see how the Rock and Rollers, who've been a division heavyweight for the past few years, are going to fare against both the Kingpins, who have some roster changes or at a new center, as well as the Next Gen, who, you know, are always doing Next Gen things. And then, Mitch, what about on the Cargill side?
Yeah, so we have the Trash Pandas making their debut for this year, playing against the Snowmen and the Eclipse, who also barely have any games under their belt. So it's really going to set the pace for some of those teams, depending on how it goes. And then Mayhem, again, playing Snowmen and the Eclipse, but they had quite the start last week with the 15-1. So obviously looking to carry that through. Yeah, I think those are obviously the games to watch, and then of course the Trash Pandas coming in, and you know these will be their first games of the year, so definitely some good ones on our side as well.
Yeah, and especially like knowing the Trash Pandas had a few roster changes, that'll certainly be exciting to see how things go with them
Mhm.
heading into this season with a new sort of lineup. But yeah, lots of exciting bowling to come. Anything else that we're sort of looking forward to with regards to 5PL leading up to the holiday season? I mean, we're going to see Venom and the Pin Slayers joining us soon, which is very exciting. Again, as I said before, I'm really excited to see how Venom comes out swinging this season and looking to
Yeah.
recreate some of that magic from the end of the season last year. What about yourself, Mitch?
Yeah, I mean, we're basically loaded up with games until until Christmas. The
Yep.
next weekend without 5PL is December 28th, so 6 weeks straight here.
Yep.
And I'm looking at the schedule, which there's an amazing website you can go to, the 5PL or 5pinuniverse.ca/schedule, and you'll see a very interactive way to look at all the matches and everything. But yeah, Venom coming up before the holidays, Pin Slayers. Um, if you want, I can walk through who's going to play what as we get there quickly, if you would like.
Yeah, we if you want to, we can, but I mean, we're also going to have another show in December.
True. Well, let's cover. Okay,
Let's
so
cover November. Yeah, do you want to
yeah,
cover the
exactly.
next 2 weekends after this, and then we'll
Yeah.
go from there?
So
All right.
on the 23rd, November 23rd, we're gonna have the Pin Slayers making their debut, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Playing the Kingpins, the Storm Strikers playing Pin Slayers, Kingpins playing Thunder, and Thunder playing Storm Strikers. And then on the Cargill division, we're gonna have Holy Rollers playing the Avalanche, Eclipse versus the Rascals. Rascals playing Holy Rollers. I think everybody's looking forward to that one.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty electric,
Yeah,
I think. Yeah.
yeah. And then Avalanche against the Eclipse. On the 30th, there will only be a Cargill division stream. Um, Bombers will play the Eclipse, Misfits play Snowmen, Snowmen play Bombers, and Eclipse play Misfits. So we're actually seeing a lot of the. So Misfits will get some more games in, but a lot of the same teams are getting games in, right? So
Mm-hmm.
Snowmen, Eclipse, Bombers. It looks like that's who will be playing in this month.
Yeah. Lots of excitement to come as we lead up to December and the holiday season with some festive cheer, that's for
Hmm.
sure. Any final thoughts, comments, questions, concerns from you, Mitch?
It's like an HR
Hopefully,
meeting.
no concerns. Hopefully, no concerns. Yeah.
No. I mean, holiday baking is underway on our end. Yeah. Um, I'm just excited to keep it moving forward and seeing how the games go. Honestly, I mean, uh, I'm excited to
Excited
see
for
how the
more good
Kingpins go.
bowling. Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Like, there's been so many good games already.
Yeah.
Lots of 14s on our side. I don't remember if there's a 15, but we've had lots of high 14s. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And your
It's been
side
an
has been on
exciting
fire.
season. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been an exciting season so far. And just knowing that there's matches coming up with all of our heavy hitter teams that are going to be battling it out against each other, and that's really going to determine how
Hmm.
things shake out in the standings is super exciting. And I can't wait to see how that unfolds when we get there. But for now, focusing on what's to come in the next couple months here, and then holiday baking, all of that kind of fun stuff that comes along with the festive season and having a little bit of a break from school. But yeah, certainly an exciting time, and going to be lots of great matches coming up in season 5 of the 5PL.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we could make a really quick shout out to TPC winner Jeff Watts.
Yeah,
Just was previously on the IPL podcast, and second place Tommy Tompkins, who routinely is on here commentating.
as a
So,
commentator all the time. Yep,
yep, I
we know
think he's
Tommy
with me
quite
next
well.
week. Yep. So, or not well
Our
this weekend.
viewers will
Sorry.
be very used to listening to Tommy and all the great commentary that he provides
He
for
comes
the Pro
loaded with
League.
stats.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's great. It's perfect. It's great for me because I don't
This is
know
the
anything.
most stats heavy thing I've done yet. Usually I just wing everything.
I
So
mean, how many stats have we actually provided? Let's be honest, Mitch. Like,
I read a couple screens, okay? I got ready a lot more than I needed to because I took screenshots of every game that has happened on the Cargill side so far. So
well, I mean, that's commitment. I did not do that. I just relied on my little brain to remember some of the important moments from the past month. But yeah, with
I
that,
don't. I
obviously,
can't blame it.
huge shout out to our TPC winner Jeff Watts, runner up Tommy Tompkins, and then just a reminder for everybody to please follow 5 Pin Universe, follow 5 Pin Universe's Pro League, and to check out the regular 5 Pin Universe podcast, the ladies podcast, and then also the Frames of Shame podcast. We have some exciting content coming up for December with the Frames of Shame podcast. So shout out to them. And with that, we'll close things off, and we look forward to seeing you in another month here.